Wow, oh wow, this has been an absolutely horrible week for Disney. I honestly think that this is the worst week that Disney has had, at least in a very long time, possibly ever. The news that has gone around this week about Disney has just been bad thing after bad thing. And as you can see on the screen right now, we have Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny getting a 52% rotten score. It was down to around 42 or 43% earlier, but shill's got a shill, right? My assumption and everything that I've seen about this Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny movie tells me that it is horrible. It is horrible. There are clips from it, there are reviews on it, and everything is so bad about it. In fact, if we come in here and we just click on the reviews, there are obviously some very mixed reviews, but a lot of the even positive reviews, some of them are great. Shill's got a shill, like I said. Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny is a bold, bright, and blazingly fun reunion. Sounds like a fucking robot. Pretty much nobody gets paid to shit on Disney. Nobody gets paid to put negative reviews up. People do absolutely get paid to put up positive reviews, and I'm sure there are some on here. I'm sure some people absolutely liked the movie and thought it was good, but a lot of the times, even these positive reviews, there was one in here I saw earlier and I was trying to find it. It calls the movie fan fiction. And it's a positive review from a critic on on Rotten Tomatoes that actually comes out and says that this is fan fiction. These reviews are absolutely atrocious. Let's also look at this. Disney is closing its immersive Star Wars hotel a year after it opens. They spent $2 billion on the Star Wars hotel. Star Cruiser Hotel, I think is what it's called. And it's closing. It looks kind of cool, but the thing is going to this hotel costs thousands. I mean, you're talking about like thousands of dollars a night. So, I mean, if you stay there a week, you could potentially be paying $20,000 or more. Why would you ever go to Florida and stay in the Star Cruiser Hotel when you could literally take your family to another country? Come on, kids, let's go to Italy. What would you rather do? Go to Italy, see some beautiful stuff, or go and stay at the Star Cruiser Hotel, which is, it even looks cheap. There are so many videos out there and stuff that just show off how cheap and how bad this hotel was. That's a $2 billion loss, right? And you can see the prices here. $6,000 for a family of four, $4,800 for a couple. So this was a massive flop. And then you have Disney drops 2.4 million subscribers recently. They announced it like yesterday or the day before because they had an earnings call with their shareholders. And so this was announced. Last year, quarter Q3, I think, of 2022, or maybe it was Q4, they lost $3 billion. They announced. They lost $3 billion on their streaming service, Disney+. And now we come out Q1 of 2023, and they announce 2.4 million subscribers lost again. The other thing is Disney's laying off 7,000 people, canceling the metaverse and Prime program plans. Disney is in a world of hurt. And to top it all off, today we get Disney stock slumps on Wall Street, downgrade, citing near-term uncertainties. Now, if you are much like me, whenever somebody says a stock has been downgraded, you don't know 100% what it means, so I went ahead and looked it up. Often when an influential analyst changes his or her rating on a stock, it tends to influence the price of that stock. An upgrade, e.g. from hold to buy, tends to send the price higher, while a downgrade, example from hold to sell, tends to send the price lower. So likely what happened here was somebody who is very respected in the investment world came out and, they had said to buy Disney stock in the past. And they're saying maybe hold it now. Or they said hold it in the past and now they're saying you should probably sell it because, they've lost $132 million in the last couple of years and it's not getting any better now. I mean, look at what's coming next. You have the Marvels coming out. You had She-Hulk in 2022. You had a ton of just complete garbage in 2022 that cost them a ton of money. Things are just getting worse and worse. Also, another thing that came out just recently was that Disney pulls the plug on its $1 billion development in Florida. And this is from the New York Times. So naturally, they're going to have a bias on it. And you can kind of see that in the highlighted section here. A new office complex and relocation of a division from California would have created more than 2,000 jobs, but was scuttled as the company and Governor Ron DeSantis continued to feud. My understanding is the way that they want you to read this is it's Ron DeSantis' fault for not bringing 2,000 jobs to Florida, when the reality is, Disney's shooting themselves in the foot by not doing this. Taxes are higher in California. Everything's shit in California, so you might as well move it to Florida where everything else is. Right, you're going to save more money. Everything's going to be more located, and it's just going to make everything better, I guess. But yeah, Disney is absolutely hemorrhaging money right now. They have lost a lot of goodwill with the people who they need to go and see their movies, right? When I was younger, Disney was, the company that made animation. They were the company that made kids' movies. Sure, you had other ones out there that could do kids' movies and stuff, and, Illumination came along a couple of years ago, and DreamWorks or whatever else there was, but the main one was Disney. You have Toy Story, you have a lot of really good titles behind them, and now Disney has kind of eroded that relationship between themselves and their audience, because they try to constantly put in these woke politics into everything, right? Just look at Lightyear. Lightyear has a woman kissing a woman in it. And it was like a 2-second clip. While it's not a huge deal, personally, I don't care so much about that. Why would you want to show that to children? I just don't understand why children need to see that. And then the whole reason they're doing this, they're trying to be woke, is because they think that's what the people in the United States and Europe want. But the reality is they know that a lot of other places, right? China doesn't want that. The Middle East doesn't want that. A lot of these other places, they don't want that. So what did they do? They made that kiss in that movie, they made it very quick and kind of in its own scene almost, where it cuts to it and then it cuts away from it. The reason why they did that is because as soon as they're shipping this off to China or the Middle East or wherever they want to put it, they cut that kiss out, because they know that it would completely bomb if they put it in the movie and sent it to one of those places. In fact, in China, they wouldn't even show it. They would reject it. Guess what happens? Not a lot of families go out to see that pile of shit. The reason why is because nobody wants to subject their own children to this type of stuff. And it's not a problem, in my opinion. It's not a problem with the LGBTQ community or whatever. It's just, why do it so young? There's no reason to do it to kids that are that young. Just give them a good story, right? You don't have to make the whole plot centered around, oh, well, this girl likes this girl, and that's why you should see the movie. Disney has lost their way, and they've lost the trust that they once had with parents everywhere. I mean, parents would take their kids in a heartbeat to go see a Disney movie when I was a kid. I had friends their moms would watch us or whatever, and we would go and watch a Disney movie. And now that just doesn't happen. You changed people's behavior because you changed the message in your movies. You went from trying to just help, like trying to enjoy or trying to entertain children and making a good movie and a good story, to trying to feed a certain message down their throats and trying to indoctrinate children when they're younger. And this is exactly what happens whenever you do that. You lose $132 billion, your stock crashes, people are pissed, your stockholders are pissed, people lose a bunch of jobs who, it was somebody above them, all they had to do is just smile and nod as they made something that they probably knew was going to crash and burn. And naturally, Disney and Marvel and Lucasfilm, which are all under Disney, they slowly failed and failed and failed. And that all leads us to where we are right now with Disney, having probably the worst week of their lives. Anytime Disney puts something out, like I used to be excited, so excited for Star Wars movies. I love Indiana Jones. I love all of this stuff. And now anytime something new is announced, dealing with Star Wars, dealing with Marvel, dealing with Indiana Jones or any other Lucasfilm property, my mind automatically goes to, okay, this is going to be trash. This is, in my mind, this is going to be fan fiction and it's going to be complete and utter garbage. And lo and behold, you know what happens every single time something comes out? I'm right. I don't want to be right. I would love for it to come out and for it to be good. I would love for it to come out and watch it and be like, wow, that was pretty awesome. But it doesn't happen. They keep putting out garbage. They keep putting out stuff that nobody cares about. And now we are seeing with Guardians of the Galaxy most recently, which had a great hold, by the way. So that is some decent news. But even Guardians of the Galaxy isn't quite where it's supposed to be. And next up, we have the Marvels. Something that absolutely nobody cared for, asked for, or even wants. It's going to be an absolute bloodbath in the year of 2023 for Disney. Things are not going to get better until they actually smarten up and start doing some things differently. But this is totally on them. They made their own bed. They knew what they were doing. They thought that they had this dream audience in mind, and they decided, you know what, we're going to go out and we're going to try and capture that audience. But the truth is that audience doesn't exist. The audience isn't there, and what is there of that audience? They don't go and watch Disney movies. They don't care, right? They don't have the money to actually go pay for it. They're not your audience, and they never will be. Anyway, guys, that's all for now. I have some work to do, but check back soon. The lies never sleep, and neither do we. I hope you enjoyed our take on why Disney is in just a horrible place right now. Let me know in the comments down below, do you think that things will get better? Do you think that they will actually smarten up and change their ways? Or do you think that they will continue down this path of losing billions of dollars every single year? Also, like, subscribe, and share the video out there with a friend. That's how we get the news out there, and it would mean the world to us. Make sure to check out our online store at theredmafia.com. We just released new shirts over there, and we'll continue to be releasing new shirts every single week. So you'll find something that you will absolutely love at our store, so go check it out. It'll also be linked in the description down below.